The Local Music Show with Tommy Gardner on Revolution Radio 96.1 FM.
Welcome back to the Local Music Show with me, Tommy Gardner, and joining me live in Studio 2 this week is the legendary Chris Watson. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, how are you? Right.
I'm very good, thank you. Are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks
Good,
for having me.
and welcome to Revolution Radio.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And we are also live on Facebook, so hello to Facebook. And if anyone's listening to us on the radio, head over to our Facebook page, Revolution Radio, and you can watch the action as well as listen to it. So, Chris, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Very good, thank you. And you have been, you are an artist, we were speaking just before the show, that has been very busy and making the most of the recent lockdowns that we've had in the last couple of years.
Yeah, like I said to you, I've been kind of using that to write songs and stuff that I've had kind of knocking about for years.
Yep.
Finally get it finished, just get stuff finished, get new stuff written.
Sure.
And that's been a nice little period.
And it's been I've spoken to a lot of artists around the lockdowns, and I think for a lot of people, they've taken it as a positive rather, because it's obviously has been a negative time, but it's also been a good time to use it in a positive way and be creative, and like you said to me, you really made the most of it, and now we're seeing with you and with other artists as well the positivity that has grown during that time.
Yeah, I think the nice thing for me was I was able to sit down and go, right, I've had a couple of songs that I've had written years ago that I didn't really have much faith in, and I was lacking a bit of confidence, as you do. I mean, I'm in a band with amazing songwriters, so
of course.
It's like, so I was lacking that bit of confidence, but at the same time, I thought, you know what, I'm at home a lot, let's get these down, let's get some demos down, and let's get one finished to start with, and then go from there, and that was the track that I released a couple of months back now.
Amazing. So you just mentioned that you're in a band, and that band's The Moons.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're currently in a break from that at the moment.
I mean, we've since lockdown, we did have a single out called "Stand With Me."
Yep.
And that's a great little song. But I'm biased, obviously. But, we've had that out. But we've all kind of been busy with other stuff.
Sure.
And the other guys do the Paul Weller stuff, which is great. So it's kind of fitting it in between that, and a lot of us have got kids now as well. But we're hoping to do something again soon. Keeping the music sort of coming out, and hopefully do some touring next year. Fingers crossed.
Amazing. So that's always good to have something to look forward to, isn't it? A goal.
Yeah.
So when we spoke about the period of when you've been using the songs that you've written in the past and bringing them to life, you mentioned to me that you've got a MacBook, and you've been able to record at home,
which is great. Yeah.
And do you find that's a big changing point?
Definitely, yeah. It definitely helps with you're not just sitting there with just you and a guitar, for
example. Of course.
You can get so used to that sound and just think, another guitar song kind of thing. But it really opens up a lot. And
I suppose it can be quite helpful to, once you've come up with an idea, to be able to actually put that into a recording and keep a copy of that. And if it's not the time for it, then you can come back to it in the future.
And I always find, as I'm going along, I'll hear something in my head and go, oh, okay, that bit of melody would sound good there. And if I didn't do it at that time, it would be gone seconds later, minutes later. So that's kind of handy to have that while you're building a song, to just have those little moments that you think of straight on and sort of straight down, I guess. Yeah.
Amazing. And talking of building songs, I find that everyone seems to have a different process. You just mentioned melody. Is it usually melodies that come first for you?
Pretty much always, yeah.
Always, yeah?
I mean, I've obviously not been doing it that long myself, but I've always found that pretty much of the time it's the melody that comes first, and then I'll put the words on afterwards, because I think the melody seems to come more naturally to me than words. I'll have to say. Not necessarily think about them too much, but just sit down and write them afterwards, and so I always do it that way around.
I see. I always find it really interesting to see the differences in how people write songs.
Because everyone's different, I suppose, aren't they? I mean, I always find that I kind of, if I've got like a melody in my head or something, I'll just put it straight down. I won't try and question it or change it, and that's kind of pretty much what ends up as the final thing. What comes out first, I always find. So.
And especially for you, actually, now that you're releasing songs as a solo artist, you were kind of, and I suppose you would have had this in the band as well, but do you find the whole being involved through the whole process, for example, coming up with that melody and then writing the lyrics and then recording and seeing that then go into live as well and performing that song in front of an audience, that must be pretty special.
It's great, yeah. I've really kind of surprised myself with that sort of thing, because I've kind of played pretty much everything on the songs I've done. But,
of course.
Ben, our drummer, on the last track I did, Secret Garden, Ben played the drums on that, and Ben Curtis, our bass player, he played the bass on that, which was fantastic to have those. And Andy, who's the singer, he mixed it for me, he added some harmonies on, things like that. So it's kind of been a whole band project really. We all kind of help each other out, and that's what it's all about. But that was great, yeah. But then with keys and stuff like that, I've kind of done it all myself really, and I've kind of surprised myself as well, which is nice sometimes.
Yeah.
Just think, actually that bit sounds good. I'll keep that. And then maybe I'll try sort of adding this little bit in there and pan that to the left. Actually, that works.
Sure.
So it's kind of it's nice, like you said, when you build it from start to finish. Yeah, it's a nice feeling.
Yeah, and I think you're quite lucky as well, that the fact that you are obviously our amazing vocalist and a musician as well, and able to do your recording and be able to kind of work through the whole process, because I've met singers before who are incredible singers, or they might have incredible ideas for a song, but are maybe not able or have the experience of turning that idea into a piece of music.
Yeah, I mean I think doing the Moon stuff for years, I've learned so much as well, especially doing the albums in the studio. Like hearing the other guys put stuff down and how they're layering things up, and that's kind of always in the back of my mind. So it's like I've learned loads, like doing that stuff. Yeah, that's helped a lot, definitely.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I can see behind you there's a really nice guitar.
Yeah.
How about, seeing as we're in the studio, how about a live performance of a song?
Yeah, sure.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Perfect. So we'll just get you set up.
I'll show you. Oh yeah, the trusty cable.
And what are you going to be performing for us first?
This is the song I released a couple of months back on Colorama Records, which is a great little label. Worth looking up, some great artists on that. I don't know why I'm talking, I'm kind of looking into the mic while I'm talking. But yeah, it's worth checking out. This is called Secret Garden anyway.
Take it away.
Found myself, I'm gonna take my chances. Move along, enjoy the sweet romances. Way out the city's where I'm gonna go. The rain's falling, but it don't matter, no. The wheels are turning, we're on our way now. I finally found a way to make it through somehow. You say the right things when I'm feeling low. The rain's falling, but it don't matter, no. Secret garden where I'm gonna go. It's a 24-hour show. Secret garden I want you to see. Oh yeah. Forget all about it and run away with me. secret garden where I'm gonna go. It's a 24-hour show. Secret garden, I want you to see. Oh yeah, forget all about it and run away with me. I found myself, I'm gonna take my chances to move along, enjoy the sweet romances. I found myself, I'm gonna take my chances to move along, enjoy the sweet romances. Oh, la 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 la.
Chris Watson with Secret Garden live on Revolution Radio. I love that song.
Oh,
Genuinely.
Thanks a lot.
Genuinely love that song. And it's moved us to the part of the show
Oh, okay.
called the Quick Fire Quiz. And your topic for this afternoon, this evening, is you.
Okay.
Questions all about you. But
Okay.
the positive about this is technically you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
You should get 10 out of 10.
Yeah, okay. Fingers crossed.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so question number 1. When you are not working or working on music, how do you like to spend your time?
With my little boy who's
Ah.
3. He's called Sonny.
Sonny.
Yeah. He's great.
Ah, that's nice. Question number 2. What was the first concert that you attended?
Oh, I don't know. It
If
would have been.
If it's embarrassing, don't worry.
No, it would have been at the Sound House in the Fountain, which
Okay.
used to be an old music venue. Used to
Yep.
be there. I think it might have been. There was a band called Stiff Little Fingers. They were like an
Yeah,
old
I heard-
Irish
yeah,
punk band.
yeah,
I think at the time they had Bruce Foxton on bass. Funny enough,
Mhm.
it was obviously in the Jam. I think it might have been them at the Roadmender. Yeah. That's the one that springs to mind from around that time. I remember just going to gigs and just remembering how loud it was at
Yeah.
the time. I
Definitely.
think, it was every Wednesday might have been. They had a band on somewhere.
Oh, okay.
At the road
Every week.
Sound House, and every week in school I sort of go off.
Go off to watch the band.
Yeah,
Mate.
I was more interested in, I guess, at the time. But,
Love that. Question number 3. What is your all-time favourite film?
oh, that's a hard one. I don't know because I've got plenty.
Yeah.
One that springs to mind, I like Lost in Translation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never seen
I like
that.
film.
Maybe I should watch
Good.
it.
Yeah, that's a very good film. I'll probably think of another one in an hour. or
You'll
so.
get home and you're like, why didn't I say that?
Yeah.
And sticking with all-time favourites, question number 4. What is your all-time favourite song? Now that's got to be the
That's a
toughest question to ask a musician.
That's a very difficult question. Yeah.
Maybe I'll change it. What is your all-time favourite song at the moment?
At the moment, okay. I don't know. I mean, I'll probably say, I don't know, Curtis Mayfield, Move On Up.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
but then ask me in 10 minutes. And
It'd be a different one.
There's so many. Yeah.
And question number 5. This is an interesting one. What is your first memory of music from your childhood?
It was probably my dad,
Yeah.
who used to bring a lot of music into the house,
Sure.
and in the car.
Okay.
And he used to have an album, like a compilation album. It was called Atlantic Soul Classics. It was
Okay.
all the stuff on the Atlantic record label.
Yeah.
And there was a song on there. I think it was called. I think it was a Booker T and the MGs track, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But we used to sway. Me and my brother, when we were kids, used to like sway side to side to it in the back of the car. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the song, to be honest. Anyway,
Yeah.
look it up. Anyway,
And
that's a great little compilation.
Do you think so? Through your childhood, the music that we listened to growing up, do you think that kind of stays with you in later life?
Yeah,
and
I think
comes
it
out?
does. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that hate what their parents play and
Sure.
never liked it and kind of never liked music.
Yeah,
But for me, and you know, and lots of other people, yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
of course.
My dad brought quite a lot of music into the house. David Bowie, the Beatles,
Mm.
all the old soul stuff. My mum did as well actually, but she was more into the sort of later Bowie, the 80s stuff, like the golden
Yeah.
years and all that. But yeah, most definitely, yeah, I would say yes to that. Yeah.
Amazing. And question number 6, completely away from music now, or it doesn't have to be actually, but the question number 6 is, if you could win an Olympic medal for any sport, real or fake, so it doesn't have to actually be a sport, what would it be for? What would you be winning gold in?
Bobsleigh.
Okay, love that. Question, this is a good one. Going back to films now. If someone were to play you in a movie, who would it be?
I have no idea. Who's an actor that's around my age? I don't know, to be honest. Can you think of anyone?
Oh,
I mean, no.
okay, we can pass on that one, that's fine. And if anyone that's watching our Facebook Live at the moment and can see Chris on screen, maybe put in a suggestion in the comments on who you think should be playing Chris in Chris Watson the movie.
Yeah, do that, that'd be funny.
Yeah, go ahead. Question number 8, where is your happy place?
Where my family are around and
Sure.
when there's music around.
Ah,
So, yeah,
perfect combination.
Yeah.
Question number 9, what is the best piece of advice that you have ever been given, or what piece of advice would you give to someone? So just general life advice.
I would say don't overthink things.
Sure, that's good.
Yeah, that's a big one because I'm always a person that's always done that.
Yeah.
Everything, you know, and yeah, I would say to other people, yeah, don't overthink things.
It kind of cause a lot of worry, can't it?
Yeah,
if you think
yeah.
too much about something sometimes.
Yeah,
And finally, question number 10, and before I ask it, I'll just remind you that we are live on the radio,
okay.
so be very careful. But the question is, can you tell us something that we don't know about you? Something exclusive, something that nobody watching this or listening will know about Chris Watson.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't, that's a very hard one. Just to think of something that
Yeah.
I like coffee. That's really bad, isn't it? But I don't know.
You've heard it here first. Chris Watson
I was
likes
born
coffee.
in London, maybe.
Okay.
Not everyone knows that, and I moved in when I was
You
a
was
kid.
born in London, you like coffee.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Amazing.
right.
You've heard it here first. Revolution Radio exclusive there. Chris likes coffee. One thing I just want to talk about really quickly, because we had a little catch up before the show, and in one of the answers we mentioned the Beatles,
Yeah.
and there's a famous photograph of them crossing a road
Mm.
outside Abbey Road Studios.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that one of your recording days in the band, you actually had the privilege and the amazing experience of recording in Studio 2 at Abbey Road.
I know, that was amazing. Yeah, we were very lucky that we were able to do our last album there.
Mm.
We did a lot of rehearsals. I say a lot of rehearsals. We did quite a lot at home. We did a couple of days in another studio, and then we went there and basically did the whole album as a band in single takes. So it was 2 or 3 takes each song.
Yep.
We went through the whole album and did it that way. And then we took the tracks away and added some fairy dust at home. You know, some
Sure.
bits that obviously, we didn't have enough band members there at the time to play all the stuff that we like on the album. We had a string quartet there as well, which was amazing. I know. Yeah, I mean, Andy's songs are fantastic. Even though I'm in that band,
Sure.
I'm a fan of his songwriting as well. So it's like, you know, to hear those songs played with a string quartet.
Yeah.
Was,
And
it's
what
amazing.
an experience to have, you know, not just say you've been to Abbey Road Studios, but
I
say
know.
you've recorded.
I don't think it's ever going to sink in,
No.
really. And it still hasn't, to be honest.
Mhm.
We're just extremely lucky and extremely grateful. You know,
Of course.
Yeah, we feel so sort of privileged that we actually got to be in that room.
It's a place that I would love to visit, and I could just imagine like, walking in and seeing all the historical items and knowing who's been there, and you must just feel it.
There's a certain smell in that room
Yeah.
as well. There's that sort of old smell. But we were looking at all the mics and stuff, and like, and we sort of, you know, the engineers and stuff there.
Sure.
And we put them out and we're like, that 60s mic? Oh yeah. They don't sort of advertise
Sure.
what they're giving you. They don't say, oh, the Beatles used this, or this is from the 60s. They just put it out because that's the gear that they use there still.
And they see it every day, I suppose, don't they?
Yeah. But they were just like, oh yeah, and we were saying, the Beatles used that. Probably, yeah. Okay. And we saw like had Hammond organs out, and we were googling photos. And we see like the Sgt. Pepper sessions.
Wow.
Like exact Hammond organ sitting there. It was so distinctive. Had these certain legs on it, and so yeah, we're just sitting there googling all these photos, going, wow,
That was there, and they used this, and
yeah,
wow.
it's just. I mean, I think it's great that they don't advertise. They don't obviously. If a band's on their recording, they don't go, oh, the Beatles played on that one, because that's just the gear they use, because it still works, and it still sounds great.
Maybe that's what keeps it special.
Yeah,
that
I think so, yeah.
There's a lot of stories in there, and then don't necessarily all need to be told every day, and
exactly.
it's the magic of Abbey Road.
Yeah, but the Lady Madonna piano was there, though. They call it the Lady Madonna piano, but it's an upright piano.
Yep.
That there's a lady called Mrs. Mills that was a sort of pianist and singer in the early 60s. She used to play all of her songs on as well. That's still in the studio. Well, that was in Studio 3, so we kind of snuck off at one point and
had a quick look
went to
around.
have a look at it and play on it. And it was a. We had to remind ourselves quite a lot that we were there to record an album.
Before you know it, it's the end of the day and you're just looking around.
But it was just a
amazing,
fantastic day that we're still sort of getting over years later.
Yeah.
I'm just extremely grateful to be able to do it, really. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, before we close off this interview, would it be okay to have one more song?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'll pass you the guitar.
Thank you.
What are you going to be performing for us?
This is a new one. This might be the next single.
Very nice.
Probably not going to be out until next year, sort of after Christmas.
Okay.
This is called Across the Sky.
Brilliant. Take it away.
Sky, let all the stars align. Hold on to that feeling. Trapped inside your mind, the only word you find of no sense or meaning. You wanna get out, but spend all of your time stuck inside, waiting for night to arrive. So you can shut down, look up at the sky. Honestly, it's time to leave your world. Pain by numbers in the day, and then at night you shy away from adventure. Constellations up above only remind you of the love you'd surrender. Visions of a world where you could be free, so fly 1,000,000 miles and reach your retreat. Give up possessions, reserve a good seat. Honestly, it's time to leave your world. should spend all of your time stuck inside waiting for night to arrive, so you can shut down, look up at the sky. Honestly, it's time to leave. Honestly, it's time to leave your world.
It's currently 12 degrees in Northampton, and tomorrow we can expect highs of 13 degrees Celsius. You're listening to the local music show here on Revolution Radio 96.1 FM and online.